So Pierre Poilievre has just given a speech, and the Post-Millennial has put together some highlights. So let's take a look. Here's the headline. Pierre Poilievre slams wokeness, promises to repeal C11, that's Bill C11, that's Trudeau's censorship bill, internet censorship bill. Actually, one of them. There's also Bill C18 as well, both of which he has actually promised to get rid of. And this was in a keynote speech at the Canada Strong and Free Networking Conference. So let's take a look at this clip.
And nowhere is that more urgently needed than when it comes to Bill C11, a bill that would give the CRTC the ability to manipulate the algorithms that determine what shows up in your news feed. Now, they claim that this is simply to promote Canadian content, although they have yet to tell us what Canadian content actually is. To me, Canadian content is anything that is posted online by a Canadian, right? We have 37 million Canadian content producers. They believe that it's only a small approved list of true experts in Canadiana who can be promoted. But if they are promoted up the algorithmic food chain, everyone else has to be demoted because there's only so much space on the screen. And that is exactly what this is really about. It's about taking the Broadcasting Act and applying it to the entire internet. It's about having a small group of unnamed bureaucrats telling Canadians what they can see and say online. We have the same problem on our university campuses, and now increasingly even in our professional bodies. We saw how they forced Jordan Peterson to hold on to his integrity by leaving the University of Toronto so that he wouldn't have to bend his knee before the censors there. And now they're trying to take away his license to practice as a psychologist, even though he's probably one of the most renowned psychologists anywhere in the world, simply because he will not, because he retweeted me, actually. Actually, one of the reasons they cited when they threatened to take away his license. Don't worry, though. They've allowed him to go in for retraining. Sponge his mind of all of these unacceptable thoughts. Here's my suggestion to them. If you don't like Jordan Peterson's views, try debating him. Good luck with that, right? But we have something in our Constitution called Section 2B, the freedom of expression. To be or not to be? That is the question. My answer is that a Poilievre government will not only repeal the censorship law C11, but we will require every university that gets federal funds to commit itself to honoring the freedom of expression that we are guaranteed in our Charter of Rights.
Now, as for the Ontario College of Psychologists, they're just dancing along to Trudeau's tune. I mean, if he can call everybody who disagrees with him an ist and an ism and having unacceptable views, well, why can't they? I mean, he's the prime minister. He's setting the tone. And of course, I mean, this is every institution in Canada now. They're all completely woke. And I'm sure it absolutely delights Justin Trudeau. Now, as for this Bill C11, this is Trudeau's internet censorship bill, I will vote for anybody that will repeal that bill. And if Poilievre says he's going to repeal that bill, I'm going to vote for him. It is the most important issue. Trudeau's censorship is the most important issue by far because if he's able to control the internet, it's all over. He already controls a lot of the corporate media. If he can control the internet as well, it's just game over. It'll be Prime Minister Trudeau for the next 20 years.
Who watches The Watchmen is ultimately the contradiction that the censor must overcome. But in order to avoid overcoming the contradiction, what they do is insult the people. You see, to make government big, you have to make the people small. And that is the origin of the small fringe minority comment that Trudeau has now apologized for. Pointing his finger and calling anyone that asks questions about foreign dictatorships' interference in our democracy a racist is one way to keep the tough questions away. But every day you will see him try to denigrate the intelligence and the goodwill of the everyday common person. That is the only way to justify exerting more and more control from the top onto everyone else.
So champagne socialists like Justin Trudeau despise and have always despised the common man, working class people. They are seen as uncouth and uneducated. unable to make intelligent decisions for themselves, even though these are the people that actually know how to do everything, that actually keep a civilization running. But people like Justin Trudeau don't know anything about that. I mean, Justin Trudeau's never had to fix anything in his life, certainly not as prime minister. Yeah, he knows how to break things and then blame you for it. Oh, and he also knows how to do blackface, so there's that. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.